News stories tonight, starting with an update on a rapper gunned down on a highway 5 years ago. Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo3.
All I see is yellow, taping Beretta. Outside I ain't lacking, don't think that I mean. I hit up that rapper, you made him famous. Yeah, he barely made it, but we're not again. The city they talking, they
out on the tollway? No, I don't. Who? Whatchamacallit? Gang.
Everybody know where the stand spot is. That's why when Mo3 got out the car, the went around to the passenger side to try to get the gun out where they normally stash it at. Normally, if the police pull them over, they don't find this gun in the stash spot. That nigga had a good stash spot. The nigga took the gun out.
A Dallas rapper was murdered outside of his car on I-35 near the Dallas Zoo. Hello, I'm Steve Eager.
I'm Heather Hayes. It is a stark example of the city's struggle to control violent crime. Police say the victim, a hip-hop musician named Mo3, was approached by the killer on I-35. Both men stopped their vehicles. The victim got out, took off, started running, but was shot several times on the highway. A bystander inside another vehicle was also hit. Police say that person did not suffer life-threatening injuries.
This rapper is dead today after he was shot on I-35. 28-year-old Melvin Noble, also known as Mo3, was shot on I-35 northbound near the Beckley-Zane curve. DPD says that Noble was approached by a gunman, a suspect who was driving a dark-colored vehicle. Noble apparently got out of his car and ran southbound when he was shot. Police also tell us that the gunman shot an innocent bystander as well.
The suspect, who was armed with a firearm, began firing several rounds at the victim, striking him. In doing so, the suspect also struck an innocent bystander who was sitting in his vehicle.
Well, Noble was taken to an area hospital where he was later pronounced dead, while the second victim's injuries are not life-threatening, we're told.
Man, whoever got the freeway blocked out need to get y'all together, dog. God, Nick ain't get on the freeway. Man, Law got the freeway blocked off all the way on Polk, dog. The they got going?
You shot straight, but you shot late. Holla at me. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown. I
got the young boy with me too, nigga. Yeah. Slack. What's happening? Yeah. I got my brother's. I'll be covered in. Just around. Finna pop some bottles, bitch. It's bottle popping time. House party time. Butt naked time. Hey, y'all need to stop tripping on the internet, man. Y'all tripping, bro.
A man suspected in the killing of Dallas rapper Mo3 pleaded guilty this week to a felony charge of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Keywan Dontrell White, 23, entered the guilty plea Thursday. Federal court records show his attorney could not immediately be reached for comment. The charge was filed after Lancaster police found a 9mm pistol in White's pocket, August 16, 2020. White had fled from them on a dirt bike and later on foot when they were trying to pull him over on traffic violations. White and Devin Maurice Brown were indicted last year on murder charges in connection with the slaying of the 28-year-old Melvin Noble, who performed as Mo3. Noble was gunned down in the middle of the day, November 11, 2020, on Interstate 35 East near Dallas Zoo. The killing prompted a manhunt and sounded alarms about the city's spike in homicides. White was arrested about 3 weeks after the slaying after witnesses identified him as the gunman. According to the arrest warrant affidavit, the U.S. Attorney's Office has said that Brown was a known affiliate of White's. The artist, whose real name is Melvin Noble, was shot by a man who had chased him on Interstate 35 near Marcellus Avenue in Oak Cliff. When Noble ran out of his vehicle, the ski-masked gunman chased Noble on foot and shot him multiple times in the back. A bystander was also wounded but did not sustain life-threatening injuries. Keywan Dontrell White, 21, was taken into custody Wednesday and faces a charge of murder at the time of the shooting. White was free on bond for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Brown is the second person to be indicted in Noble's death and is being held at the Limestone County Jail near Waco. The indictment and subsequent release from the Dallas Police Department of Brown's arrest warrant affidavit were the first public mention that he was alleged to be connected to Noble slaying. An arrest warrant affidavit for Brown stated, a witness reported Brown was upset over a relationship that involved Noble and the witness, and that Brown had contacted another witness multiple times before Noble's death to ask if he was at a specific location. In an interview with a police detective, Brown said he had recently learned that Noble had been dating a known witness and that he was upset over a Facebook video that involved Noble, but denied any involvement in the slaying, the affidavit said. According to the affidavit, records showed numerous calls between Brown and White the day before and the day of the shooting, and cell phone data placed White in the area of the location Noble stayed the night before the shooting and near the scene on November 11th. When asked about these phone records, White told officials the number might be his, but he said he could not remember his numbers, the affidavit stated. White also denied he knew Brown or had any association with him. Brown and White have also been indicted on federal charges. The two men, who were described as affiliates by the Office of the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, were indicted in December on one count each of felon in possession of a firearm. Brown was also indicted on one count of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute a controlled substance, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. According to a criminal complaint, law enforcement conducting a search of Brown's home found a stolen AK-47 in his closet, as well as a substance that tested positive for synthetic cannabinoids, often referred to as K2 or spice, methamphetamine tablets, scales, baggies, and more than $3,200. A second criminal complaint alleges law enforcement found a 9mm pistol in White's pocket. White fled on a dirt bike and then on foot when officers tried to stop him, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. If convicted of the federal charges, White faces up to 10 years in federal prison, and Brown faces up to 20 years on both the drug and gun charges.
Well, after we did the interview with you, I interviewed Mo3.
Who?
Mo3.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Well, I asked about the shooting, and he said there's no beef, but he said you just gotta stay out the way. It's real out here. And
it's real out here. Shit, niggas get hit up every day out here. Like, it's the world. Like, somebody right now, we talking right now. Somebody right now probably getting shot up right now. Like, shit, you gotta stay out the way, man.
Don't know who that is?
Nah, I don't know who Buddy is.
Okay.
Yeah. Where you from?
I think he's from the same place you're from. Same area.
Dallas?
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Never heard of him?
I know everybody from my city making noise.
Okay. Hold on a second. Well, Mo3 dropped a song called 219. Some people say it's a diss song towards you.
I ain't never heard it.
Never heard it? Okay.
Everybody hit her, everybody kill her. Till a nigga ass get hit like a motherfucker.
Just under a month since the shocking murder of a rap music artist on a busy Dallas freeway, a suspect is now behind bars. Ken Kaltoff has new details on the now joint federal investigation with Dallas police.
Soon after the broad daylight murder on the busy I-35E R.L. Thornton freeway, police released a photo of the suspected gunman. He's now identified as 22-year-old Kewan Dontrell White. His rap sheet goes back years. He was paroled from prison earlier this year, but may not be the only one involved in the case.
It becomes like using toothpaste. You squeeze at the bottom and it comes out at the top. So you're trying to get as many people as you can that are involved.
Criminal defense attorney Ray Jackson, who is not involved in this case, says there may have been a getaway car driver or others who supplied guns to the parolee. He's posted Instagram photos with what looked like guns and money.
Especially if it's believed that this shooting occurred as a result of somebody being paid to kill him.
Weapons charges are what have the feds involved now, and that could help lead to a bigger case.
Say man, hey man, it's OG Jucario. Now I'm back at you with another one. And we got breaking news in hip hop, man. That's right. That boy Yella Beezy, Dallas rapper, has now been hit with capital murder charges. Arrested in the involvement of rapper Mo3's death. Murder for hire charges. That's right. Let's get into it. Rapper Yella Beezy arrested for the murder of Mo3. All charges explained. Rapper Yella Beezy was born Marquise DeAndre Conway, was reportedly arrested in Dallas, Texas on capital murder for hire charges. Reports later confirmed that the arrest was related to the murder of fellow Dallas rapper Mo3. Photos of the charge sheet have circulated online. The indictment alleges that Conway hired Keywan White to carry out the fatal shooting in exchange for payment. Per the grand jury referral, the murder took place on November 11, 2020, when Mo3, or Melvin Noble, was shot and killed on the Dallas highway. He was chased on foot and shot multiple times on Interstate 35 East in broad daylight. Authorities claim that Conway provided financial compensation to White to execute the crime. White had previously been arrested in connection to Noble's killing, and the new indictment suggests that prosecutors believe Conway was directly involved in orchestrating the murder. Wow. Wowzers. Yikes. He is currently in jail, a report by TMZ confirmed. Under Texas law, capital murder with remuneration is a first-degree felony that carries severe penalties, including life in prison without parole or the death penalty if convicted. The charges were officially filed on March 18, 2025 in Dallas County.
Starting with an update on a rapper gunned down on a highway 5 years ago. Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo3.
Now he's in the Dallas County Justice Complex behind me on a capital murder charge, accused of hiring a hitman to kill a fellow rapper. This all happened back in 2020. And just before noon, on the middle of Interstate 35, just south of the Dallas Zoo, Dallas police arrested a 22-year-old and charged him with murder. Initially, that 22-year-old's in federal prison, convicted of gun charges. But now, 5 years later, they say he was the trigger man. Police say Yella Beezy, whose top song That's On Me, hired that 22-year-old and promised him cash for killing Mo3. A grand jury handed up an indictment this week and booked Marquise Conway tonight. The killing of Melvin Noble, known as Mo3, led to an outpouring of grief from his fans. Dozens held a memorial outside Dallas City Hall that week. He once was friends with the man now accused of hiring someone to murder him. The killing has long been suspected to be the result of a rap feud.
Yella Beezy and Mo3 was part of a long-standing rivalry with the Dallas rap scene. Both rappers were rising stars from Dallas and often competed for recognition in the industry. As per reports, their rivalry centered around street politics, gang affiliations, and competition for dominance in the city's music industry. Mo3 and Yella Beezy have exchanged diss tracks, threats, and insults on social media over the years. In 2019, Yella Beezy survived a drive-by shooting in Lewisville, Texas, causing his vehicle to flip over a few times before Yella escaped the gunmen who were shooting at him on that highway. No connection to Mo3 was never officially established.
On my life, I guess when I swerved, when I found out like what was going on when they were hitting the car, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't find the gun. I didn't know where the motherfucker fell to. I'm trying to find it so I can bust back. Like, if I was able to bust back, it was gonna be a shootout. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not finna let nobody shoot at me and I got a gun. Like, I'm gonna bust back. Like,
so now we have Yella Beezy in custody, behind bars, arrested for the murder for hire, capital murder for hire of Mo3. And how did they know this all of a sudden? How did they, finally tie Yella into this? It looks like somebody's talking, you guys. That's right. And maybe Keywan White is the one who finally broke and gave the information on who paid him to orchestrate this whole murder of Melvin Noble, aka Mo3. Now, when asked in that Vlad interview, Yella Beezy acted as if he didn't know Mo3 when Vlad asked about Mo3. Yella Beezy said, "Who is that? Is he from my city? I don't know him. I know everybody who's hot in my city." So, you know, this was the back and forth and the beef. And of course, Mo3 used to call Yella Beezy whatchamacallit, right? Yeah, whatchamacallit. Cause on 219, Mo3 raps, the whole city know what I did, right? I hit up that rapper, you made him famous. He barely made it, he will not again. All I see is Yella taping Berettas. Outside I ain't lacking, don't think that I'm his. So when he says that, you know, this right here was definitely a shot at Yella Beezy. So according to the grand jury referral, the paperwork says that the state of Texas versus Marquise Conway has all his credentials on there. And it says the offense is capital murder while remuneration. And remuneration means for payment, for money, revenue, right? So this is where they get the murder for hire from. Capital murder for hire. And yeah, man, filed March 18th, 2025. It's legit, you know, Dallas County. And it's not looking good at all for the rapper, Yella Beezy. Being that they're now saying he's responsible for the murder for hire of Mo3. Hot boy, Mo3, rest in peace. So after 219 dropped in, Mo3 basically insinuated that he was the one that was behind the shooting of Yella Beezy's vehicle out there in Louisville, Texas, right? And Yella Beezy stated he was coming from the club when this happened. Okay, so if Mo3 was basically bragging about it in the song 219, right? Being how the car got flipped, got hit up on the tollway. Who whatchamacallit? I'm yelling murder. This is what Mo3 was saying around that time about Yella Beezy's car accident where he almost lost his life for being targeted by a gunman or gunmen. Wowzers. Yikes. So was that the tipping point for Yella Beezy to say, hey man, I can't deal with this pressure anymore. Let me go ahead and get Melvin Noble, aka Mo3, on out the way. This guy's a pest to me. He's gonna try to kill me if I don't kill him first. Wow. Yikes. It's crazy out there in those streets, isn't it, you guys? Especially when you mix this rap beef in it and diss songs are flying back and forth at each other until the bullets start flying back and forth. All because of words, and maybe a lot of times because of actions that already have taken place. With other things that have transpired around the situation with Mo3 and Yella Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy, Roy Lee and Bubba, and say man, hey man, hey man, it get wicked in them streets, man. It's deeper than booty hell. And maybe we might see a RICO come from this whole thing, because anytime you tie murder for hire in, right, payments and things of that nature, you know, they're already talking about the RICO could be a part of this whole case. In the words of Mo3, it's been a long time coming, and finally the family of Melvin Noble can finally get some peace, knowing that they're starting to make progress, right? And more arrests on top of the ones that they already had. And who knows, there could be more arrests coming if more people conspired along with Yella Beezy to get Mo3 out of the way, to send him up to that stairway to heaven. Wow. Now, right after Mo3 was killed on that highway, he had Trap Boy Freddy, a well-known rival of Mo3. But at one point, all these guys used to be homies, used to be aces, used to be cool, right? But obviously the falling out came and people went their separate ways. And now with Trap Boy Freddy getting wind of Mo3 getting killed on that highway, he went live, mocking the death of 3. Trap Boy was celebrating on live.
All the D-boys calling me. They trying to go up crazy. I might as well charge 200 at the door, man. This party here finna be a fool. Head still hurt. I couldn't even go to sleep, bitch. I've been balling too hard all day. I lost my voice balling too hard on these bitches. Yeah, I'm high in the bitch. It's whatever.
Right after the killing of Mo3, even showing the crime scene, saying that they had the highway blocked off. He couldn't get on and get about his business as usual because of this Mo3 crime scene. And obviously, he had to know what was going on. And this is why he was trolling. Trap even called Yella during that live. And Trap featured one of his new songs that was finna be on the album coming out called Shirt, right? And this song spoke of murder, of course, and putting somebody on a t-shirt, right? And, you know, while Freddie's rapping the lyrics, Yella's on the line. And, you know, Yella really doesn't want to talk at this time because obviously the news, bad news traveled fast of Mo3 being gunned down on that highway, right? And here you have Freddie trolling. And he's doing it on live. Now that we look back at this whole situation, it doesn't look good at all. So until the next time, this is OG Jucario TV with the latest in rap, hip-hop, celebrity, and urban news. You're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spinning with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, man, hey, man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. You already know what it is, man. It's deeper than Buddha, her, you hear me? And guess what? I'm gone.